Spirit Halloween is back with a new batch of spooky animatronics for 2021. This year, shipping and production delays have limited the availability of these creepy creatures. But while we wait for final shipments to arrive, let's take a look at the 6 new animatronics that we found in store. Number 6. Raith. When the Empress Hotel opened, it only took one night for their guests to come shrieking out of their rooms. Raith checked in for the weekend after a tough week to cut loose, but it looks like he had one too many cocktails during the grand opening reception, and poor Mr. Raith ended up getting impaled on the hand-forged wrought iron gates below his suite's balcony. Despite the opulence and splendor, the Empress Hotel closed a few weeks later. You can hardly blame the guests, though. Who wants to stay in a hotel where every night you're serenaded by the moans of a desperate specter, trapped for eternity in a crumbling hotel? I do like the drifting motion of Raith, but the appearance is too unrealistic, so it lands at last place on our list. Number 5. Headless Jack. After a long night of drinking, Jack left his blacksmith shop and headed out towards the edge of town. Drunk on cheap whiskey, he dared the devil to appear so he could beat him at his favorite game of chance. No one knows what happened to Jack that night. Some say he tricked the devil and won. Some say his twisted form is punishment for his hubris. But all agree that Jack roams this bog, his bones laid bare and his pumpkin head burning for all eternity. Headless Jack lands in number 5 on our list. Although he's a tall, imposing figure with good audio, he lacks movement to make him a true animatronic. Number 4. Mr. Howl. Bert Howl never thought his love of hunting would become his curse. An experienced marksman, Bert spent weeks camping and trekking through the Northwest Territories, hunting wild game, until nature decided that it had enough of his trophy hunting ways. Late one night, under the full moon, the Wolf King descended from its mountain den and left Bert with a single bite. At first, he considered himself lucky, until the next full moon when the luck began to change. Now every month, Bert transforms into a ravenous werewolf and is hunted like an animal as he tries to survive until morning. At number 4, Mr. Howl is a tall and good-looking animatronic, but his jaw and body movement are just too clunky to earn him a higher spot on the list. Number 3, the Night Stalker. You work from sunup to sundown, tending the fields, babying your crops and livestock to eke out a living. And you swear to yourself that the scarecrow is smiling. But just in case, you start sleeping with your favorite machete next to your bed. The Night Stalker is sadistically scary, and his maniacal laugh lands him at number 3 on our list. Number 2, Wacky Mole. The carnival's finally back in town. Main Street is full of the smell of funnel cake, hot dogs, the sound of kiddie rides, and the screams of terrified children running for their lives. Wacky Mole is rolling back into town with his hammer and a wicked game after an extended stay at the Big Top Rest Home for Nervous Clowns. Be warned, it's free to play, but the prize is escaping with your life.
I think I'm going crazy again.
Although I'm not a fan of clown props, Wacky Mole's neon appearance is just too cool to ignore, securing him a spot at number 2.
Step right up, boys and girls. Who's next to get walloped by my hammer?
And number 1, Henry Hustle. Pick a card, any card. Henry guarantees that you'll end up with the dead man's hand. He wasn't always so cruel, but when the circus left town with his money and bag of tricks, he snapped. It didn't help that the ringmaster ran off with his missus. Now the deck is stacked against anyone unlucky enough to play a hand with him.
Time for a trick. Remember this card. It'll be the last thing you'll ever see.
And my favorite animatronic of the year so far is Henry Hustle. This deceptively serene clown lures you in for a game of cards, only to startle you when he decides to reveal his true self. I'll be keeping an eye on Spirit Halloween stores throughout the season to see if more stock arrives. In the meantime, let me know what your favorite animatronic is in the comments below.